I'm ashamed, been divorced 2 times over dumb shit. I'm ashamed my son call another nigga pops, cause his mom still bitter we didn't work it out.
Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Bigo. First of all, let me say thank you and shout out to everybody. Our full show will be Monday mornings. We will do Monday Madness, but throughout the week, you guys know I have to go live because we're always finding out new stuff. And yesterday, I got word of these advocates for MAPs. M.A.P.S. If you guys are familiar with what that is, M.A.P.S. stands for minor attracted person, okay? Instead of using the word pedophile, they now are saying that the word pedophile is derogatory and that they need to be referred to as M.A.P. MAPs, minor attracted persons. Now, not only are they saying that the word pedophile is offensive, right? And that you cannot use that when you are referring to them. They are also saying that their attraction to minor children is normal. Not only are they saying that their attraction to minor children is normal, they're saying that we shouldn't have anything to fear. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about this morning, and we need to talk about, hey, are we doing enough? Again, the same question, to protect our children. Again, I have to put out a disclaimer, and I have to say for anybody that is tuning in this morning that yes, these topics are going to be very sensitive, but we need to talk about them. In no way am I trying to offend anyone that is a part of any particular community, unless you are a part of the MAPS community. And if you get offended, oh well. We have a responsibility as adults to protect children. We do. It doesn't matter if it's not your children. We have a responsibility to protect children. The reason why, someone said mirror the screen. Y'all know I don't know how to do all that, but y'all know what it is. It's the AskShow. So if it looks backwards, the sign says the AskShow. But we need to talk about this. You know, are we doing enough to protect our children? And should we all be advocating against people that are openly saying we're interested in basically having sex with children? Is this okay? Is this the way that we want America to go? Absolutely not. Not only do we need to discuss that, y'all, another thing came across my desk yesterday. You guys are not going to believe this, okay? Listen, buckle up. Thank you both for sending me beans on Bigo. I appreciate it. Anybody that's sending me gifts on TikTok, I love you guys. And anybody that support the channel on YouTube. Guys, listen to this. Ladies, clutch your pearls. Guys, you might need a shot after what I'm about to tell you all. You know I have done my research. It is all factually true. Listen, who is that? Flowers, hey baby, good morning. Listen, a hospital in Boston, a children's hospital in Boston, right here in America. I'm not talking about a third world country. A children's hospital right here in Boston has now approved, made it legal, and is performing hysterectomies on young girls that claim to be trans. Now, listen, I got an issue with this. I have an issue with this because why are you removing their wombs before they even get a chance to get pregnant and have babies? Like, this is wrong. It's wrong to perform a surgery on a little girl and remove her uterus, her fallopian tubes. I know you guys think that I'm not being honest, and I have to always give you guys the receipts. This is an attack against life, okay? This is an attack against life. And if you guys on TikTok, unfortunately, I don't know how to share the screen here to show the video to you guys, but I'm getting ready to show this video. I'm on YouTube. I'll get the 2 phones and see if I can turn them around so you guys can see them. But right now in America, they are performing hysterectomies on minor girls in a hospital down in Boston. Let's go. Let me turn this around so you guys can see. Bigo, I know you guys want to see as well. Let me turn this around. Hopefully you guys can see. And hold on. Oh, hold on. Trying to hold both these phones. Okay. Y'all see? You can see. All right, let me go over here, StreamYard. We're looking on StreamYard. All right, let's go. Hold on, let me go back over here to StreamYard because I need to mute my mic.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries, but that's technically a separate procedure called a bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender-affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender-affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed. Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries, but that's technically a separate procedure called a bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender-affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender-affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed.
Guys, you heard it here first. This is being reported directly from Boston Children's Hospital. This is one of their directors explaining to us what a gender-affirming hysterectomy is. A gender-affirming hysterectomy, according to this director at the Children's Hospital in Boston, is saying that it is the removal of the fallopian tubes and the uterus. I have to ask a question. First of all, what are they doing with them when they remove them, y'all? Come on, I need y'all to like, I need y'all to share, I need y'all to subscribe. This is very important information. This is why they keep knocking out on my channels, because they don't want you all to be aware. They want you to be aware, but they don't want you to come against this, right? As long as we're aware and nobody's saying anything and nobody is fighting back, then everything is all good, right? But the minute you guys begin to rise up, that's when it becomes a problem. I'm asking these questions because we are seeing lately in the news that they're discussing womb transplants for trans men, right? Or trans women, I'm sorry. They're discussing womb transplants. And so I have always said to myself, okay, if they are performing womb transplants, where are they getting the wombs from? Now we have a children's hospital right here in America, in Boston, openly stating, right, releasing videos like it's all good, like it's all normal, that they are performing gender-affirming hysterectomies on young girls. Fair use. Shout out to Liz at TikTok for the video. Y'all make sure y'all go follow their page. They put up a lot of important information. Why is it necessary to remove the uterus and the fallopian tubes of a young girl, even if she does believe in her mind that she's a boy, right? What is the purpose of performing an operation and removing her uterus, removing her fallopian tubes? My first question is, for one, what are you going to do with it? For two, what happens when this young girl grows up and decides, hey, you know what, I am a woman, or she meets a man somewhere that she just falls in love with, and this man wants children? You are telling me that it is okay for these people, and this is something that this current administration is allowing, and the Democrats, nobody is standing up against it. These are our children at stake, that it is okay for them to perform sex changes on children. Now, I have told you all this before when I was running my campaign. I said, guys, listen, they're coming for our children. They didn't want you to hear that. They didn't want you to believe that this was true. I told you all, when I brought up those videos, if you all have been following me, and I showed you when Pete Buttigieg was running, doing his presidential campaign, he had a 9-year-old boy come on stage during the debate saying, I want to know what you're going to do for trans children like me. When Elizabeth Warren was running her debate, she also had a 9-year-old trans child come on and say, I want to know what you're going to do for me. Not only that, when President Biden was running his, this is 1, 2, 3. He also had a 9-year-old child say, what are you going to do for children like me? I have always asked you all to be patient with me because I know my delivery is not always the best. And you guys know how passionate I am about the transitioning of our children for obvious reasons. If you know, you know, we don't have to go there, right? But I've come to the point where I realize, if you're an adult, that's your business, but we need to do something to protect our children. And the reason why we need to do something to protect our children is because, you're not even allowed to drink until you're 21. You're not even allowed to get a tattoo until you're 18. Okay? Why is it that these children should be allowed to have sex changes at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old? And why is there such a push from the Democrat Party and the Democrat base to begin to sexually transition children? What is the inroad to this? How does this benefit or help, okay, our children? Someone in the comments over on Bigo said, you can't even rent a car. You got to be 25 years old to rent a car. Who in any of these comments on any of these streams that I have going this morning, who at 7 or 8 years old can honestly say, you know exactly what you wanted? I'm 45 years old and I still change my mind. Give you an example. I was just growing dreads. Dreads, fortunately for me, is not something that's permanent, but it's something I wanted. I said, I'm finna get ready to grow dreads, right? And I did it and I loved it for 6 months and it was good. And then all of a sudden, one day I woke up, I said, you know what, y'all, I like the dreads, but I want to do something different. I changed my mind. Fortunately for me, I was able to comb my dreads out, right? And go back to whatever hairstyle I wanted to choose. But let's talk about our children. What happens after you perform a surgery on a 7 or 8 year old girl? How does that impact their body? You cannot tell me that it is healthy in any form or fashion to remove the uterus and the fallopian tubes of a biological female child. Now, most of you or people that we know that have had hysterectomies, and I even believe a lot more Black women were tricked into having hysterectomies and where their wombs at. We don't know where their uteruses are. We don't know what's going on. But y'all remember fibroids, Black women, fibroids. We got fibroids. You need to have a hysterectomy. You go in the hospital for an issue like fibroids, and the first thing they'll tell you is you need to have a hysterectomy. I have heard stories from women my age, stories from women younger than me, 35, 40, saying, hey, I had a hysterectomy. It can't be reversed. And they're sad and they're depressed because they had to remove their inside parts. And you telling me that right now in America, while Trump is being raided because this is something that he was completely against, while I'm being censored because this is something that I was completely against, while anyone who has anything to say that opposes this is being attacked, being destroyed in the media, and being censored, you're telling me we don't have a right for concern when it comes to these children? If you are a female child and they remove your uterus and you grow up and you become an adult and decide you want to have children, how are you going to do it? Someone said, do you have a source of the children? It's Boston Children's Hospital. The video that we just played was a clip directly from a director at Boston Children's Hospital. Y'all, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? This is a direct attack on life. If you don't have a uterus or a womb, you cannot have babies. We just watched the video yesterday. YouTube, shout out to y'all for tuning in. I know it's early in the morning. I need you all to like. I need you all to share the channel. And I need you all to subscribe. Help to get the numbers up. But we were just watching the video Monday morning when we had a gentleman on telling us about how they are coming after women. You know, coumarin, this chemical that they put in all of these products that we use that's coming after us. We saw the video where you got the sex trafficking guy, Peter Nygaard, talking to a round table of black woman saying, we need your womb. Saying that what you have in you will save life. We heard him say, listen, we can't find this in any other race on this earth. What you have inside of you is so valuable, and we want that. So when I look at that, and I look at them pushing these agendas, do you know how many children, you know the children that's really going to be impacted by what they're doing? The children that are in foster care, the children that are in group homes, the children that don't have parents to protect them. Y'all, this is wrong, and it's tugging at my heart. It's wrong. It's wrong for them to do what they are doing to children. Allow the kids to be kids. Why can't they just play? Why can't they just grow up? Why can't they, just focus on coloring and just discovering the world? Like, why is it such a focus right now to transition children, to force them into sexual choices and sexual preferences? Like, none of this should be on the mind of a child. I know people right now on TikTok are wanting to go live with me, guys. If you can give me a second to finish doing this presentation, and I'll give you all a chance to hop up and chime in. We'll go at it today. We'll get us a panel. YouTube, I'll drop the link. TikTok, I'll allow some of you all to come up as well. But I need you all to explain to me, why is this okay? Why? And it doesn't, and you don't even have to be a parent to understand how serious this is. You just have to be a person, just a person that knows that you were once a child. And we know that once, that certain innocence is gone, we never get it back. Like, what's wrong with a lot? And once you became an adult, you became an adult. Like, you don't go back to being a child. You never get your childhood back. Why are they rushing these children to become adults and make sexual choices? This is absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to play this video one more time. The director from the Boston Children's Hospital. This is a clip directly from the Children's Hospital. Then once we leave here, we're going to head over to our topic of today, which is MAPs, minor attracted persons, y'all. They saying it's okay to give our children sex changes. They saying it's okay to castrate our boys, y'all. They saying it's okay to remove the uteruses of our little girls. And now they are saying that it is okay for people to be sexually attracted to children. I know y'all think I'm making this up. I wish I was. It makes me absolutely sick to my stomach to think that we are living in a country that believes it is okay for them to not only sexually transition our children, but can we just be honest? Can I say it? And I don't know if they're going to flag me. But it is pointing to these people want to have sex with children. Like, what is the purpose of a young girl having a hysterectomy? Those are sexual reproductive parts, right? First of all, young girls shouldn't even be having sex. What is the purpose of sexually transitioning children? They shouldn't even be having sex. That's where none of this makes sense. We are sexually transitioning children that should not even be having sex. It should be a crime. One more time. Let's play this video. Then we going over the MAPs, y'all. They coming after our babies. They are coming after our babies. They are coming after our babies. They are coming after our babies. All of these children belong to us. Ain't no mine, ain't no yours, they're ours. We all have a responsibility in this society to protect the people that cannot protect themselves. We all have a responsibility to protect children. All of you, every last one of us has a responsibility to protect children. Especially if you were a child that wasn't protected like me. Now, I know I'm talking now. Because a lot of y'all, and this is how we know that this is real. We know these people are attracted to children. We know that because many of us were violated as children. And if you weren't, you know somebody who was. Yeah, it might not have been you, but it probably was your first cousin. It might have been your best friend. We all know somebody. It has happened too many times. We have all heard these stories about what's going on in church, what's going on in the family, sweeping this stuff up under the rug. We had to worry about Uncle Chester in the church and Uncle Chester in our homes and Uncle Chester in our grandma's house. Now Uncle Chester is in your government and Uncle Chester is in your schools. Uncle Chester is in your hospital.
Gender affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries, but that's technically a separate procedure called a bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed.
Y'all heard that. Gender affirming hysterectomy approved by Dr. Richard Rachel Levine, Joe Biden's Director of Health for America, funded by your government, pushed by the Democrat Party. I done told y'all 1,000 times, there are so many things we can be advocating for as a people. There are so many bills and legislation that can be introduced in Congress. There are so many things that we can be doing with our tax dollars. But you mean to tell me that our tax dollars are going to sexually transitioned children? Y'all okay with that? Not adults. Sexually transitioned children. You mean to tell me that if a woman right now is ill and having some issues, and let's say have some fibroid issues, and she goes to the hospital, right? She cannot get free care, right? To have those fibroids removed. But if a child goes to the hospital and say, hey, I was born a girl, but I'm really a boy, tax dollars will pay to sexually transition that child. You mean to tell me that we have a current government right now that just released Black Maternal Health Week in April of 2022, saying that Black women are 3 times likely to die than white women while giving birth to their children, but offered no remedy, didn't tell us why we dying, didn't tell us what they're doing to stop us from dying, didn't give us any funds to improve our healthcare situation, because what they say on the executive order is that we're dying 3 times likely to white women regardless of our income or education. That means that I can have Oprah Winfrey money and I'm still going to die giving birth to my child 3 times likely to a white woman. Why is that? Why are we not putting funding into research to discover why so many Black women are dying while giving birth to their children? But instead of them putting money into funding for research, instead they fund abortion. You see how they get us on the Black end, right? They're going to make sure that we abort the baby, and then they also going to make sure that we die giving birth to the baby. So either way, one of us have to go, okay? They're not going to put money into funding to figuring out, right, why we're dying 3 times likely than any other race giving birth to our children, but they'll put funding into sexually transitioning our children and removing the uteruses of our little girls to make sure that they won't be able to reproduce. Is it just me? Is anybody, are y'all with me? If y'all want me to shut up, just tell me. Are y'all with me? Because I know that they block my channels, and I know that I should be having hundreds of thousands of views. But guess what? With the 85 people I got on TikTok, with the 444 people watching right now on YouTube, with the 501 people right now watching on Bigo, guess what y'all can do? Y'all can open y'all mouths and y'all can tell somebody else. Each one teach one. If they shut me down, that don't mean that we stop fighting. That means that y'all take what I've given you and y'all keep on preaching. Bigo, my LGBTQ community, y'all have to join us in this fight to protect these children. I'm with y'all. I love y'all. My son is a part of y'all community. I love y'all. I love my child. Y'all my children too. But we have to stand together and we have to fight to protect these babies. The babies are the next generation. This is our future that we are fighting for right now. Y'all, MAPs, M.A.P.S, minor attracted persons. We have a psychologist and an advocate right now with MAPs. And what she is saying is this. She's saying, hold on, y'all, 1 second. Let me get it. Where did it go? Oh, y'all, don't do that. Don't do that. The devil's busy this morning. Don't do that. Come on, bring it back up. Bring it back up. Come on now. Don't do that. Oh, wow. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Let me messed up my page. They done took down the video. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if we can get it back up. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Dang, TikTok. I'm sorry. We're going to have to go out and come back in because I got to get this video pulled up. Maybe I can put y'all on hold. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get this done. Hold on 1 second. Because y'all already know they don't want this to fly. 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Keep talking in the chat. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get this MAP's video pulled up. Hold on. Let's go. We back. We back. I'm sorry I had to cut out for a minute, guys. Thank you for staying with me. TikTok, but this is just too important. The devil's busy this morning. Minor attracted persons, y'all. Let's go. Let's see if they got us in here now. Let's go. Okay. Let me do this. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. All right, we got that. Now let's go back here. Let's see if this works this time. Oh my God. It literally will not bring up the video and I just had it. Like, this is the devil working overtime. Let me see if I can find something else. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. TikTok, hold on 1 second. TikTok gonna be mad at me. Y'all stay with me for 1 second because I got to pull this up. Hold on. Because they're just getting a little too, it's too much. Hold on. Let me see. Here we go. Right here. I know he got it. I know he got it on his page. Where is that? Where is it at? Where is it at? I just saw it. Did he take it down? This is really, truly is bad business. Okay, let's try this. TikTok probably mad at me because I done cut everybody off. Let's try this. We're going to do something else. They saying I'm live on another device. What? What? TikTok talking about I'm live on another device. Hold on. Okay. Live. There we go. Oh shit, I had to end that one. Let's go back on here. Now, Bingo, ain't it a way that I know that it's a way you can share your screen on Bingo? Because I got the video in here. Hold on. I know it's a way you can share your screen on Bingo. I know it's a way you can share your screen on Bingo. Hold on, Bingo. Okay, YouTube and TikTok. Let me play it for you first, then I'll come back to Bingo. But I'm going to have to do it this way.
And I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population. You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPs,
We got to listen.
instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them. I also prefer person-first language that recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are. We are all people first with many different facets or parts of ourselves, and this includes folks who are attracted to minors. So to start with, let's talk about what a minor attracted person is or who they are. This term simply means that the person has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is. You don't get to choose to be heterosexual or to be gay or whatever you are. And you don't get to choose to be a minor attracted person. Some minor attracted persons are attracted to a specific age range of minors, while some are not. And some minor attracted persons are exclusively attracted to minors and are not attracted to adults at all. Some minor attracted persons are attracted to adults at all. Some minor attracted persons are also attracted to adults. Folks, my name is Miranda.
Okay, so y'all heard that, and we'll get into that. So this is a professor who is now claiming, let me go back live. That is a professor who is basically now claiming that pedophile, calling people pedophiles is a derogatory term, right? So they want us to use, I guess, proper pronouns. And the proper pronoun now for pedophile is apparently minor attracted person, okay? Not only is that the proper term, they're telling us that they don't choose their attraction. So they're saying just like if you're heterosexual, you don't choose what you're attracted to. They say just like you're homosexual, you don't choose who you're attracted to. They're basically saying that if people are attracted to children, then it's not their fault. Now, I want to say this. You could be attracted to a gorilla in the wild, right? But I bet you got enough sense not to go approach that gorilla and try to have sex with that gorilla, because chances are that gorilla, right, may take your life, okay? You could be, I don't know, a king cobra snake out in the desert. Just because you are attracted to the snake doesn't mean that you have to go and try to have sex with the snake, right? We can control what they say. We have no control of being attracted to, right? You could be a man married to your wife, in love with your wife. It ain't even got nothing to do with being gay. You can see another woman and she can be fine as hell, but you were supposed to be smart enough to know, although that woman look good, I'm a married man, let me not touch her, right? I can be a woman and I can be married, and I can be married to a man and in a relationship and can see another man and he be fine as all get out, right? But in my mind, right, I can have enough sense to know, right, that just because that man is fine or I feel like I may have some type of attraction to him, that don't mean that I gotta touch him. Now, I can also be a woman and see a bad, beautiful, built like a brick house woman, right? And she can be beautiful, right? That does not mean that I have to go to sleep with her, right? There could be a man that finds an attraction to another man. You can look at the man and say, the man look good. You might not even wonder, but that doesn't mean you have to commit the act. They are basically trying to make it okay and say that anything goes. Whatever you think you can do, that we are not supposed to no longer have a conscience. Where is your conscience? See, and what I was taught that the conscience, right, this was the need for the Holy Spirit. I don't trying to get religious with y'all, right? But they always said the Holy Spirit was the comforter. And also your conscience. Let me also give you another idea about this conscience. You all remember when we were growing up as children, right? And we always watched the cartoons. And when we watched the cartoon, you always saw that there was a devil on one shoulder and there was an angel on another shoulder. And whenever they were getting ready to make a decision, right, you would see the devil saying, hey, go do it, right? And then you would see the angel saying, no, you better not do that. It's going to get you in trouble. See, what we're living in this day and age is the fact that nobody has a conscience. But when you have a conscience will keep you from doing things that should not be done. We are living in a day and age where anything and everything goes. When you are listening to a professor at a college try to convince us that it is okay for an adult to have a sexual attraction, that means that we have gone completely null and void. There is no conscience. There is no right or wrong. Everything goes. This is why we needed to be grounded, right, with some type of moral basis. And when we talk about religions, because I've studied world religions, religions are designed for the betterment of what? Humanity. There are certain laws that we're supposed to abide by, regardless of the laws of the land, because we have morals, right? In our minds, we know, right? No matter how horny you is, no matter how bad, you know, you need your little pirouette, no matter how bad you want it poked and played with, we know that children are supposed to be off limits. Why are children off limits? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me why children are off limits and why we are not supposed to be having sex with children? And I don't even understand why we are having this conversation. Does anybody want to talk about why, right, adults should not be sexually attracted to children? I'm getting ready to drop the link right here. Hold on. I'm going to drop the link. There it is. An error occurred. Why won't let me drop the link? What? Oh, the devil busy this morning. See, he don't want me talking about what they're doing to these children. They don't want us talking about. Y'all won't believe it. Y'all won't believe it. Every time I try to post a link for y'all to come up, it's saying an error code. Wait a moment, try again. An error occurred. Wait a moment. Try again. It won't even let me post, y'all. I don't know what's going on this morning. It don't want to let me go live, y'all. They probably going to restrict this video on YouTube. Those of you that tuned in, I appreciate it. I'm getting ready to get out of here because I'm getting frustrated. They're not going to allow us to have these conversations. They're not going to allow us to talk about this. They're going to constantly block us. Y'all need to get on board with what's going on with our children, what's going on in these public schools. Everybody need to stand up and everybody need to fight and say, hey, wait a minute. Adults, do what y'all want to do. But when it comes to these children, leave these children alone, y'all. We got to find another platform to go to because this right here is not it. And I hate the fact that I have to continuously keep rebuilding these platforms, rebuilding these platforms, rebuilding these platforms. They are trying to make it almost impossible for you all to get this information that you need to know. And what did the word tell us? For those of you that are wise, those of you that are a little older, what did the word tell us? The word told us my people perish due to lack of knowledge. We perish due to lack of knowledge. It's not even y'all fault. Like, I can't be mad at my community no more. Like, they can't give us what they don't have. If they don't have the information, if they don't have the knowledge, if they're not aware that this is happening, how are we supposed to expect for them to stand up and fight back? They won't even allow you all to get the information. This is complete and total control. Not only is it complete and total control, but they're taking away our rights as parents. They're taking away our rights as citizens. And when we don't have a right to protect our own children, all is lost. I saw my godmother tweet the other day after they raided President Trump's home. She said, Lord, please don't allow America to go into a civil war. And I'm going to tell y'all this, like I'm overall a peaceful person, but I do believe, you know, there's a book in the Bible and it's called Ecclesiastes. And in this book in the Bible in Ecclesiastes, it talks about how there's a time for everything. It says that there is a time to be happy. There's a time to be sad, right? It also says that there is a time for peace and there is a time for war. And I don't know, you know, where y'all at or how y'all feeling about what's worth going to war over or what we should be fighting over. But when these people are coming after our children in this manner, sexually transitioning children, aborting full-term babies, I know y'all ain't all the way there with me on abortion. I know some of y'all still slow. But did you hear what I said? Up until the moment of birth. That's a whole person. Ain't no cut around it. You still got to give birth to the baby. Even if you decide in the 9th month you want to have an abortion, you're not going to stop yourself from going through the birthing process. You still have to give birth to that baby. Why not let it live? Why are they killing babies? Why are they sexually transitioning children? What are they doing with these body parts? What are they doing with these dead babies? Ain't nobody burying their baby when they leave the abortion clinic. Boston Children's Hospital just told us they're sexually transitioning, removing the uteruses and the fallopian tubes of little girls. Where are they putting them? Where are they going? What they doing with them? Huh? If the government is going to profit off of aborted babies when it comes to stem cell research or whatever, the organs or whatever, black women out here struggling. Y'all always talking about black women need access to abortion because they can't afford them. Well, if you're going to trick a black woman into aborting her baby for your benefit, if anybody is making money off of the fetus, why not the mama? You going to kill the baby. You're going to send the mama off broken. You're not going to help her because having an abortion always comes back and sneak up on you. It may make you feel like you're free in that moment, but 10, 15 years later, baby, it's coming back. Why is everybody benefiting off of the pain and the suffering of black women and black babies? If you're going to kill our babies, at least let the mama make the profit. If you're going to kill the baby and use the aborted baby for stem cell research, why from what we saw back in the days of slavery. Do you all remember the stories of the women that were slaves and how they operated on them with no anesthesia for their medical practices, the advancement of their medical practices? Do you all remember the Tuskegee syphilis experiment? Do you all remember what they were doing and going in and operating on black babies? Like, this is real. Nothing has changed. Black women, black babies, y'all still at stake. They want your womb. They want black life. They want your uterus. They want your placenta. The man on the video with Peter Nygaard said they want your period blood. Told us straight to our face. What you got, we can't get nowhere else. We take that, and then we turn around and look at this push about us dying, having our babies, and why we need abortion. They basically saying they got to keep abortion legal because we dying during childbirth. Like, that's literally their excuse. How is that a remedy? The mama and the baby still dying. How is that a remedy? And somebody on TikTok said, I wish what you were saying is not true, but it is. I wish what I was saying was not true. I wish that I didn't have to constantly be hated for trying to wake my people up. I wish that I didn't have to constantly be censored for trying to wake my people up. We all talking about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, man. It's a direct attack on black life. Where does black life come from? The scrotum of the black man, they want to cut that off. The womb of the black woman, they want to remove that. They say we dying in the hospital. And then the black baby, they aborting them. We losing, y'all. We're losing. We're losing. We are losing this fight. I love y'all. God bless you all. I ain't even asking nobody to donate this morning. I want y'all to get in this fight. I need y'all to get in this fight. The only people gonna wake our people up is us. If y'all really care about our future, if y'all really care about our children, if y'all really care about us, if y'all really care about our bloodlines, if y'all really care about the next generation, then we have to fight for them to live. But not only do we have to fight for them to live, we now have to fight for our children to be able to reproduce when they're older. Y'all know in our communities, we get the abortion clinics, and in their communities, they get the fertility clinics. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all heard that white woman when she stood up with Trump and said, thank you for saving white life. Y'all heard that. I don't know if it was a slip of the lip or what, but I ain't mad at them. Everybody thought it was something we supposed to be upset about. I wasn't mad at them. I'm telling my people, listen, if white people smart enough to do something to preserve their race, where are we? We can't be sitting up here mad at white people for trying to stop abortion because they numbers getting low and we sitting up here begging for it. We got to get in the same fight. If they willing to do whatever it is that they're willing to do to protect their race, we have to do the same thing. I cannot fight them and fight us. I can't fight everybody. I'm tired. Our children deserve more. Our babies deserve to live. They deserve to live. Stop letting these people convince us that because we poor, because we can't afford it today, that we need to execute our own children. That's not true. Because what you facing today, you won't be facing 2-3 years from now. Every downfall, every hurdle that we go through, it makes us stronger and it builds us back up. Somebody on TikTok talking about why you yelling. You gotta be new. You gotta be new, bro. You come on here and you watch me. Everybody know, turn your phone down, turn your speaker down, whatever. You ain't even heard me yell yet. You ain't. So this might not be the channel for you. Yeah, hell, Young Thug and them can yell all in your motherfucking face, tell you ain't nothing but a dumbass nigga. They gonna kill you, they gonna rob you. Meg the motherfucking Stallion can yell all day with a microphone, talking about playing beat, popping pussy, wet ass pussy. I get up here yelling, talking about the need for us to save our generation, the need for us to save our children. And a bitch wanna know why the fuck I'm yelling. Cause we out here dying. That's why I'm yelling. Because they sexually transitioning our children. Because they aborting our fucking babies. Because all our men either dead or in jail. Because you got a president right now making a deal with Russia to get Brittany Griner out. And I ain't against it. If you can get it, you can get it. For marijuana. But bitch, you got 40,000 people in America right now locked up for marijuana. And y'all won't even look their way. That's why I'm yelling. I'm yelling because we just saw this whole movement. Oh, stop separating families at the border. Oh, we need to reunite families at the border. And y'all ain't doing a motherfucking thing to reunite your own families right here in America. Oh, we got kids in cages. We got kids in cages. Oh my God. And y'all ain't said nothing about the kids in juvenile detention centers. All this, y'all, every time I turn around, somebody in the comments, oh, you don't support your child. Listen, bitch, I don't have to believe my son is no fucking woman. And I can still love him and how he chooses to live his life. Okay? I don't have to believe that. I don't have to confess that. Like, people have an issue, right, with me not confessing what they want me to confess. I don't have to confess that, okay? Because what I know is the difference between me and you is not only do I love my child, but bitch, I'ma stop, drop, and roll for that motherfucker. You ain't. Like, we are so caught up on, right? We so caught up on what society say. Oh gosh, Dr. Phil said your son is a woman, so your son is a woman. Oh, society says your son is a woman. Bitch, I gave birth to him. I saw the dick before he seen it. I had to teach him how to hold the dick and piss in the fucking toilet. Now, what is your idea of support? Because apparently, let these people tell it, the only way I can support my child is by saying that he a woman. Bitch, that motherfucker need a car. That motherfucker need assistance. That motherfucker need love. He needs somebody to cook him some fucking food. He needs somebody to take care of him when he's sick. You think the only form of support is sitting up here saying my son is a woman? Bitch, is that support to you? Because I can say that and don't give a fuck about him. Because that's all y'all want to hear. All y'all want to hear, right, is somebody say, oh, you want me to say it. Bitch, I ain't never saying it. I ain't never saying it. But I'm going to love that motherfucker through it all. You ain't going to never love him like me, bitch. You just a fan. Watch your mouth. Worry about the situation with your children when you have some, if you have some. Because the rate that the majority of our youngins are going, they won't even have children. They won't even have children. Everybody want to tell you how to be a parent. Bitch, you may not never be a parent. You, at the rate it's going, you may not never be a parent. And let's also talk about this. Let's also talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that not only are they removing the wombs of these young children, they are also convincing these girls to remove their breasts. Now, y'all help me figure this out. Because this whole summer, what we've been looking at, what we've been watching, oh, ain't no baby milk. Ain't no baby milk. There's no baby milk. We need an executive order to make sure babies have milk. The best milk for your baby comes from your breast. And for the person in the comments talking about my daughter, is that motherfucker gonna have me a grandbaby? That's all I want to know. If that's my daughter, am I gonna be able to go to the hospital, right, and hold Jay's hand and watch my motherfucking grandbaby pop out his ass? That's what I need to know, because I do want a grandchild. So if Jay is my daughter, because I do have daughters, am I gonna be able to go to the hospital, okay, and watch, right, my daughter pop a baby out his ass? That's what I want to know. Because what we have to stop doing is being fucking delusional, right? Because the delusion is what's causing us to not only lose our children, but the next generation. They have convinced our daughters to cut off their breasts, talking about they man, and then you can't even feed the baby. Then they talking about where the breast milk gonna come from. Well, bitch, you cut your titties off and threw them away because somebody told you was a nigga. And then they got the men up here with breasts, talking about chest feeding. They literally have changed the language to chest feeding. So now you got men who believe they women with fake breasts, got the baby sick of sucking on the titty. Ain't nobody thinking about the baby. Ain't nobody thinking about the baby. Who getting something out of it? If a baby sucking on a titty that ain't got no milk in it, who getting stimulated because the baby ain't? So it's okay for a man to have a baby sucking on his titty and ain't no milk coming out. This is how delusional not only America is, but our children are. What are they going to do to the next generation? Why is it okay for a baby to be sucking on a man's titty and not getting nothing? That's my question. Where are we at? Like, should the respect be there? I agree. If there, and I didn't do that in the beginning, but that's me. I agree. If there is an adult that has chosen to live their life as male or female or whatever, should the respect be there? Absolutely. I can respect you. You're not doing nothing to hurt me. You just living your life. Guess what? I can respect you, right? And I don't have to come against your rights as an adult. That's your business. That is your business, right? But when it comes to our children and the delusion that we are seeing right now in our government, in our hospitals, okay? Social media, society, in our schools, okay? It is a problem. It is a problem because of the simple fact that our children are going to be insane. Nobody is thinking about the next generation. I saw a video on TikTok the other day, and there was a woman who had transitioned to a man, and she was on there with her baby. And I asked her really nicely, I said, listen, I said, when your child asks why they don't have a mama, what are you going to tell them? And I couldn't get an honest answer. I didn't get an answer at all. Nobody is taking these children into consideration. Every person that I know personally wants a mother and a father. Every child, right? Like, I even remember going to school now, and I had a mother and a father, thankfully. Like, I was blessed. But I even remember, you know, at school, they have the Father's Day dance, and there'd be a lot of kids that don't have fathers, and they'd be like, okay, they felt bad. Or if it was a child being raised by the father or whatever, didn't have a mother, they felt bad. Like, if there's a reason, let's say, okay, your daddy is deadbeat, or your mother lost her life, or, you know, your mother ran off and left. Okay, there's a reason you don't have a mother or a father, right? But to intentionally bring a life into this world and deprive them, because see, the bottom line is this. No matter how you look at it, it takes a man and a woman to have a baby. Huh? Ain't no other way you can do it. You got to have the sperm from a man and the egg from a woman to create life. Y'all, if y'all want to argue facts, you can. Only a man and a woman can create the baby. So if it takes a man and a woman to create the baby, then obviously there needs to be some balance there when it comes to raising this child. The child is 50% of both, male and female. Where are we when it comes to protecting our children? And why is society so hell-bent on trying to tell a mama what she gave birth to? Especially when you wasn't in the delivery room. Not only were you not in the delivery room, you ain't changed not one pamper. Not only did you not change one pamper, you ain't been at one fucking doctor's visit. Not only have you not been at one doctor's visit, you ain't been at the school and sat in one meeting. Not only have you not been at the school and sat in one meeting, you ain't been in that appointment with the doctors, the psychologists, or none of that. Why is society so hell-bent on trying to convince a mother on what or who she gave birth to? Why is society so hell-bent on trying to convince a mama that she needs to address her male child as a woman? Like, I don't know, is your pussy gonna get wet if I say it? Is your dick gonna get hard if I say it? Why are you so hell-bent on wanting me to say that my son is a woman? Does it do something for you? Does it give you a little tingling sensation on the inside? What does it do for you? I'm just asking. Right. It don't do shit because y'all all about control, right? You want to control me and make me say a man is a woman, but I can't control you to make you say that a woman is a woman, right? Right? All of a sudden we cisgender. Bitch, I ain't no fucking cisgender. I'm a woman. Don't come giving me no name because you had to create one for yourself. You creating a name and a space for yourself don't mean that you got to change me in the process. Everybody wants control. Let's focus on what's best. Let's focus on these children, okay? Let's not worry about what grown folks doing. Let's not worry about a mother that was there, okay, that raised her children, okay, provided for them, not somebody that was on drugs, not somebody that smoked dope, not somebody that abandoned them, not somebody that left them for dead, okay, not that. But let's give these mothers who did not choose abortion, because see, a lot of y'all don't even believe we talking about accepting the children. Shit, y'all ain't accepting y'all children, y'all aborting them. Everybody want to force me to accept my child as a woman. Ain't none of y'all forcing these women to accept the children they got pregnant with. They ain't accepting their children at all. Stop coming for women. Stop coming for women that raise their children, okay? Stop coming for women that sacrifice for their children. Stop coming for women that did not take the easy way out. I don't give a fuck who body it is. It don't matter who body it is. It's my mind. It's my mind. And it's what I know. So you all are trying to convince people to go against their own conscience. Like they got to be, I don't know, a lawsuit or some shit, some type of discrimination. Like you trying to convince me I ain't got good sense. You try to convince me I ain't got good sense. I know what the fuck is going on. These children are absolutely delusional. This is why it's time for us to stand up and fight back. Their minds are gone. They delusional. They delusional. They believe there's nothing wrong with dismembering themselves. When Obama was in office, where Kwame at? There you go. What's up, bro? When Obama was in office, y'all just had a whole movement, right? About protecting girls over in Africa, right? The genital mutilation of young girls over in Africa. Y'all just had a whole movement. Y'all was mad that they was cutting the clitorises off of girls in Africa and sewing them up. Y'all don't remember that? Huh? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that whole big movement y'all just had? Now all of a sudden, y'all don't want to protect the children in Africa no more. You want to dismember your own. And as a parent, I don't give a damn what society says. You do not have to agree nor support the dismemberment of the bodies of your children. You don't. You don't. You don't. It doesn't matter what society said, and you damn sure can't be listening to these guys. Any child born, these millennial babies, they're fucked up. I don't know what was in the water. I I don't. And I got a story that I gotta tell because I think about it all the time. With me and J Daddy, y'all, it is hilarious because I'm like, these millennial babies, these are another breed. If 2000 and beyond, we dealing with something different. But as a parent, stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Continue to love your children and always remind them of who they are. Because what we're seeing our children reacting to right now is societal norms. And no, it is not normal to dismember. Okay? It's not normal to dismember. We should not be dismembering our children because we know when they become adults, 9 times out of 10, they're going to change their minds. They're going to change their minds. Now, somebody is on TikTok saying, who are our parents? Yeah, your parents did a lot. But also while your parents were at work and you were at school for 8 days, you know, the teachers were acting as your parents. Also, when your parents were busy, right, working, doing whatever they were doing, and you were on social media, you were playing video games. Oh, let me think about this one. Video games. Let's talk about this for a minute. Somebody called me the other day and said that their grandchildren was in the house playing video games, right? And while they were in the house playing video games, right, somebody saying, y'all were our parents. Yeah, we was your parents. And I ain't never told my son he was a girl. So where you get that from? It wasn't me. So you can't blame the parents for everything, right? We have to also take into account society. We have to also take into account societal norms. We have to also take into account what's being legalized in our government. We also have to take into account what Barack Obama did when he went in. But listen, the lady called me, y'all, and I'm going to finish with this. She said her grandchildren were playing video games, right? And while her grandchildren were playing video games, she said that her grandson had chosen an avatar that was female, right? And she said she told her grandson, she said, grandson, if you're going to play that game in my house, then your avatar has to be a male. And so the grandson was upset because he like, it's a video game. It's virtual reality. Like, why can't I be who I want to be? So you know that we have had all of these conversations about virtual reality and the difference between the conscious and the subconscious, right? And so this is the way that they begin to come for our children's mind at a young age. I thought about the reality of what she said. Not only did I think about the reality of what she said, because in this virtual reality world that allows you to believe anything goes and you can be whoever you want to be, it is setting a precedent in your mind that can grow with you over into adulthood. And I had a flashback because y'all know I had 3 boys growing up, and I remember when Jay used to play video games and with my other children all the time. Every time Jay's avatar was female, and I never got it, right? Like I didn't know Jay was going to transition until Jay told me he was going to transition. Like it was a total shock to me. But when I thought about it, I said, why? I said, every time when they were younger and I would come in and they were on the video games, Jay would have a female avatar. And even if you go look at what Jay is doing right now with the streaming and all that, you'll see that there's a female avatar. There is a thin line between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, okay? There is a thin line between reality and virtual reality. That came to me also when I looked at the shooting that happened in Buffalo when the guy was on Twitch. Not only that, there is a show on Netflix called Gully, Gully. You all need to go look at that. Hold on, let me try to drop the link one more time, see if it'll come up, y'all, because I want to talk about what's going on with these children. Let's see if it'll let us in. It won't let me in. It won't let me drop the link. Every time I try to drop the link, y'all, it say error occurred. Wait a minute, try. So listen, the name of this show on Netflix is called Gully, okay? And in this Gully, it's like you have these 3 boys who they playing virtual reality games, like they all into it, and then they get off of the games. And when they get off of the games, the first thing that they do, hold on, let me block this user. The first thing that they do is go out in the streets and reenact the video games. So they're literally like living Grand Theft Auto on the streets, stealing cars, jacking people, killing them, this and that. Another thing to give y'all an example of how there's a thin line between the conscious and the subconscious, and how we have to be careful with this virtual reality stuff is this. And I don't know if it only happened to me. If it happened to y'all, let me know. But I could be having a dream, right? That I'm using the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom and I'm using the bathroom, right? I could be having a dream. Next thing I know, I feel a little piss running down my leg and I jump up out of bed. I'm like, oh my God, and run to the bathroom and use the bathroom. Now, in my mind, I'm asleep. I'm thinking that I'm on the toilet. My body is reacting to what I'm seeing in my mind, even though that is not actually reality at that time. Okay? And we've heard cases of sleepwalking, right? We've heard cases of people actually getting off for sleepwalking, saying that they were asleep, they got up, they committed a murder in their sleep, they had absolutely no control. There's a thin line between the conscious and the subconscious. There's a thin line between virtual reality and reality. We all have to be careful when it comes to this metaverse stuff, this virtual reality, what's going on inside of these video games, how our children's minds are being programmed. Life is at stake. The next generation is at stake. If we have seen a decline and a decrease in our numbers since our grandmothers, our mothers and them were born, many of us in the Black communities, we come from large families. If you're in the millennial, we're going to talk about your grandparents or your great-grandparents. My grandmother gave birth to 10 children. My mother was one of them. She was born in the shed. My grandmother on my father's side gave birth to 9 children. I don't have stories of any of them being born in hospitals. But when you come down to the next generation from us, me, my generation, we didn't have half as many. So we have seen our population decrease by 46%. We have seen our population decrease. And listen, TikTok, y'all don't have to argue and go back and forth with people that say Jay is a woman. If they want to call Jay a woman and refer to Jay as being a woman, guess what? I ain't coming against their right. They can do that, right? But they just can't convince me or you, right, to say it. They can say it all they want, but they can't convince us to say it. And the fact that I'm not trying to make anybody say Jay is a man should show you how you cannot force me or anybody else to say Jay is a woman. See, that's the thing about free speech and not hating nobody, right? And letting everybody be them. As long as it's no disrespect, okay? Somebody saying, but why you not respect her? So you gonna force me to call my son a woman? That's your idea of respect? This is how delusional they are. Your idea of respect is you gonna force me, the mama, to say what you want me to say. So I can give you all the respect in the world and say, if you want to call Jay a woman, go ahead. But you can't give me the respect as being his mama. I'm the one that carried him, raised him, gave him life, took care of him. I don't deserve no respect. Only y'all deserve respect. I'm just asking. Don't respect go both ways? And the biggest issue for me with this battle when it comes to Jay is Javian has never asked me to refer to him as a woman. Y'all want to talk about it? There is no video. There is no live. There is no nothing. Javian has never asked me to refer to him as a woman. It's just people that be on IG and social media. Like, y'all really feel like y'all that involved in our lives? Y'all really feel like y'all got that much input on our relationship? Do y'all not know that me and my child have an unbreakable bond? Do you not know that my child has never put that type of pressure on me? And maybe my child has his own reasons. Maybe my child saying, wait a minute, my mama ain't ready yet. Let me give my mama time. I know this was a big decision for me, but I know my mama loved me. Maybe my mama ain't ready to let go of her son. My son ain't motherfucking dead, okay? See, you all have zero respect. Like, you claim you love Jay. Well, if you love Jay, then you will respect his mama. If you love Jay, you wouldn't be demanding his mama to do something that he hasn't even demanded. How you got more power than Jay? How you got more say-so than Jay? When me and Jay come to that bridge, we'll cross it. But until then, worry about why your mama don't love you and won't accept you, because I accept mine, but you're just not going to make me call him a woman. Now, let's keep on going. This virtual reality thing, y'all, we need to start paying more attention into how these video games are impacting the minds of our youth. Ain't no reason why all of these crazy white boys, when they decide to go on a shooting spree, right? All of a sudden, it's mental health. All they do is sit in the house and play video games. Well, if all they do is sit in the house and play video games and it's mental health, let's begin to put two and two together. How do the white boys get a pass when they go on a shooting spree like down in Charleston, South Carolina, or up in Buffalo, New York? It's mental health. Now let's talk about the tie to virtual reality to these shootings. Let's talk about the tie from virtual reality to what's going on in human trafficking. Speaking about that, video games, let's talk about this. There's a guy on TikTok that got on his brother's computer. His brother was playing the video game. Are you guys aware of all of these predators and how they coming after these children in these video games? So this guy got into his brother's message and saw that there was this old man, a preacher, wanting to meet up with his 14-year-old brother. Y'all look at this, TikTok and Instagram, TikTok and Bigo. You all have to hear this. Listen. Let me play this. Video games coming after our children. Y'all check this out. Where is it at? Where's my? Right here.
No, look, I can blast you right now, man. Embarrass you. What? I'm Ian. Huh? I'm Ian. Ian? Mm-hmm. Okay. How old is he? I don't know. He said he was 16. No, he didn't. Can I try again? Just so you know, you're talking to me the whole time. Okay. How old did he say? 15. He said he was about to talk to you. Okay.
So what does that make him?
15. 14.
Makes him 14 years old, bro.
Okay. So what part of that equals okay? And now you got the Cheetos.
We've been asking for it.
It's not okay. You're up. Okay. You want more ribs?
A whole pastor.
What the fuck you thinking, dude?
And first time here, hold on, for a second. You know, I'm not here to hurt you. Okay. We're literally recording, so like when you leave, you can't say we tried to touch you. It's for both our defense. You know, I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything, but Ian's my little brother. Okay. And I found out he was talking to you. Okay. I'm the one who's at the mall with yesterday. I read the whole chat. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going through that. Nothing? Right. You want to go over like what you said then? Ask him if he's got his talks like before? Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. So what part of that do you think is okay? It's not okay. So what is your plan? You want to do that? This is literally like I want to.
Now, if y'all listen, they done blasted the pastor. The brother said you was talking to me the whole while, right? This pastor done came to the mall to meet a 14-year-old boy because he wanted to take him and go have sex with him. Now, the pastor in his mind is saying it's not right. You know it's not right. But that didn't stop you from doing it. Y'all need to pay attention with what is going on with your children in these video games. They are playing video games with your children on Twitch, growing relationships with them, getting in their ear, causing division. Like a lot of these people be in the comments, oh, don't listen to your mom. She hates you. She won't call you a woman. She doesn't love you. Oh, don't listen to your mother. You should hate your mother and never speak to her ever again because she won't call you a woman. Your mother is scum. Your mother hates you. Hey, just like this guy, don't worry about it. You can come live with me. I'll take care of you. You don't have to be there with your parents. Y'all better start protecting your children's minds. Y'all better start protecting your children's eyes, and y'all better start protecting your children's ears. Because, baby, every minute that you are not with your child, someone else is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the physical. They could be with them on the TV, what they're watching, what are they teaching them? Who are they playing video games with? I remember I hopped on Jay Twitch, baby, and let me tell y'all something. Jay be having a lot going on that Twitch. It is not for children, okay? The stuff that I've seen, and y'all know I'm telling the truth, the stuff that I've seen going on with that Twitch in that game room is not for children. I hop on just because I'm watching one of them on YouTube, Jay and them doing what they do, the ratchetest of the fucking ratchetest, okay? Saying all type of everything, anything goes in the virtual world, right? So then it's a little 8-year-old boy hop on. Now, they talking about selling coochie, selling dick, sucking dick, robbing, stealing, killing. All of this is going on. Not only that, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. It's an 8-year-old boy hop on there. He right in the midst of everything. With your parents sleep, they don't even know you on a video game. Y'all have no idea what your children are being exposed to. The parents are to blame. You guys got to get involved. Twitch don't have no age restriction. If they do, they're not enforcing it. While you in your bed sleep, getting up to go to work the next morning, your 8-year-old child on a video game with a bunch of grown folks talking about sucking dick and selling pussy. I didn't even know y'all was prostituting in the virtual world. I get up and get on the thing. Y'all selling pussy in the virtual world. Am I lying, y'all? Y'all know I'm not lying. Am I lying? Because people be thinking I'm doing too much. The kids that's on here, that's on TikTok, the kids that's on here, that's on Vigo, y'all know I'm not lying. Anything goes. Since when did children become a part of grown folk stuff? Like, I remember when I was little, you couldn't just hop on the internet and see, sex. I used to have to, and I was a kid, and I was nosy, and like all kids, we curious, we get into stuff. Like, I used to have to try to look under mattresses and in closets and stuff to find magazines. Like, back then, you might find a Playboy magazine or something like that, but you didn't have access to it. Or your mama and them might have had some porn videos on VCR tape or RCA or whatever, because when I was younger, we had them big old things that looked like record recorders when the VCRs first came out. You would have to find one of them to actually see what was taking place. It didn't just once at the touch of a button. Now, not only that, let's talk about this. Those of you all that are adults that are into porn, right? I don't know. Maybe you need something to get your rocks off, or maybe you need something to help you get up, help you get wet. I don't know. But I have to be honest, and I don't know how many Christians is in here, but I might watch porn every once in a while. I'm grown. It's my business. But you may like a certain type of porn. Let's just say you're into regular porn or whatever. Next thing you know, everything is popping up. You could be watching porn with a male and a female. Next thing you know, can I say it? Can I say it, y'all? You might be watching regular porn, right? And then next thing you know, the bitch with a dick pop up on your screen. Now, if you know who the bitch with a dick is, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But many of y'all know, okay? If I wanted to see a bitch with a dick, I would have typed that in. Or if I wanted to see a white woman having sex with a horse, I would have typed that in. Do you realize that everything pops up? It's at the tip of your children's finger. Do you even know? Somebody said T.S. Madison. I didn't say it. Y'all said it. But anyway, listen. Do you all know that everything is at the touch of a finger when it comes to your children? And your children's mind have to be protected, because we know once a child's mind get to going, it don't stop. Like, in school, in pre-K or whatever, you can't just tell a child, this is such and such and she's a lesbian. The child gonna want to know what a lesbian is. Then you have to explain to that child what a lesbian is. And then that mind begins to wonder. Like, even if you're trying to explain to a child or a sibling how a baby came. Like, I remember when my babies was little and I would have another baby, they'd be asking me how the baby got in my belly. Do you think I told them because somebody gave me some dick? You don't expose children to stuff like that. You know, we told them to drop the baby off at the doorstep. We are not doing enough to protect our children. We're not doing enough to protect their innocence. You have a children's hospital in Boston just released a whole video about how they are now performing sex changes on children and giving little girls hysterectomy. You taking out their parts before they even get a chance to use them. Perfectly good parts. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay? It ain't infected. It ain't diluted. It ain't got fibroids. Ain't nothing wrong with it. A perfectly created uterus you are removing from a minor child for what? What you gonna do with it? Because you damn sure ain't about to just put it in no jar and let it sit on the shelf. You gonna sell it. And you gonna implant it in somebody else. See, all of this is big money. All I'm saying is, why are we allowing them to make money off of our children? Why are we allowing them to make money off of our aborted babies? If you're going to abort your baby, then why don't you get the money off of it? I don't want them aborted, period. But if you feel like you have to do it, you leaving your baby there, and they making thousands of dollars off of your baby body parts and stem cell research. If anybody going to get the money, it need to be you. Anyway, y'all, much love. Shout out to all the haters that constantly want to cause division between me and my children. Like, you know, that was in the Bible. You know, the Bible says that the job of the enemy is to cause division between a woman and her seed. The world that we live in today is full of hate and hostility. Like, I even saw, let me take this off right here right quick. The other day, like, I saw a post up on TikTok, and it was a young girl, and the young girl was videoing her mom, and her mom was pregnant, and her mom was taking her door off. Now, the girl looked like she might have been about 17. She had a lace front wig on, had her lashes on. You could tell she was well taken care of. The girl was loved, and she was like, oh, I hate my mom. She's such a narcissist. Oh, she's abusing me. How dare her come take off my door? And I'm looking at this woman that's pregnant, that's trying to take this door off the hinges while her daughter, right, is not only filming her and recording her, disrespecting her, but then I went to read the comments. And just about every comment was like, girl, they wonder why we leave and don't never come back. Girl, pack up your stuff, leave, never talk to your mama again. Girl, pack your stuff up and leave. She never deserves to be around you. She never deserves to be around your children. And I'm saying we've gotten to a point now where, like, the same people that fight to reunite families at the border will do everything in their power to separate families right here. They'll do everything in their power to separate families. Like, I'm thinking, how is removing the door abuse? Like, you can't even discipline your children. Because one thing you're not going to do is disrespect me in my house. And if I don't put my hands on you and I'm not going back and forth with you, then one of the things that I'm going to do is, for one, take your phone, take your computer, take your electronics. You keep being disrespectful. Then your door comes off. I'm not removing your door because I want to see you naked. I'm removing your door because, for one, you ain't slamming no doors in my house. Slamming the door in my house when I got something to say, or slamming the door while I'm speaking, is one way to surely get your door removed. That doesn't mean that it's abuse. Our children deserve privacy, but to what extent? You don't deserve that much privacy. You don't deserve to slam a door in my house and go in your room and get on IG or social media and watch the bitch with a dick all day. No, you don't get that type of privacy. You don't get the type of privacy to disrespect me in my home, then slam the door in my face, and then go in your room and be on the phone with your friends talking about what's going on in my house. No, because when you grown enough to tell me how to operate my house, then you grown enough to get out. Huh? When you grown enough to tell me, okay, even as a child, that you gonna sexually transition, you better be grown enough to get out my house. You better be grown enough to pay your own bills. You better be grown enough to sign all your own paperwork. Baby, if you legal enough to tell me you can sexually transition, you don't need me no more. There's no need for me to have to come to the school and enroll you in school and fill out your paperwork. There's no need for me to have to take you to the doctor and sign the paperwork for the doctors to treat you. You grown. There's no need for me to be having to pay your bills. You grown. If you old enough to make a decision to say that you can sexually transition as a child, how you even know what sexually transitioning is? You better be smart enough to live on your own. What's the sense of us being parents if you can't be a parent no more? Then the minute your children do something, they want to hold you accountable. You gonna hold me accountable? Huh? The minute my child, 15 to 16, get up and decide he mad and want to go shoot up a school. Because why? He ain't had no discipline. Because he's spoiled rotten. Because when I tell him, oh, you better be quiet, I'm going to come take your phone, he tell me, fuck you, bitch, kiss my ass, go in the room and slam the door and still on his phone. Then when I come in the room, kick the door off the hinges and snatch the phone, then I'm abusive. But when we call the police because we into it and the police get there, and then your son tell the police, bitch, fuck you, they gonna shoot him and kill him and get away with it. You don't even have the right to discipline your own children. And we wonder why these children have no respect. We wonder why these children don't value anything that their parents tell them. Don't nobody out here love you more than your parents. Ain't nobody gonna sacrifice, the majority of us, because some parents ain't shit, I'm gonna be honest. The majority. Nobody's gonna sacrifice for you the way that your parents will sacrifice for you. You may be upset with your parents because you cannot get them to agree to whatever your lifestyle choice is, but that doesn't mean that they don't love you. You will never find anyone to sacrifice for you the way that your parents have, or the way that your parents will. Not only that, y'all, and I'm going to end with this, gender closets. Now in public schools, elementary schools, they now have gender closets. You guys can go do your research on this. Let's talk about what a gender closet is. A gender closet is this. Your child, your son, your daughter, or whatever, is recognized as your son and your daughter in your home. They go to school, they identify with another gender. You're not aware. The teacher allows them to go into the gender closet and dress as the sex that they identify with while they are at school, and they also call them by that name. So if I send Johnny to school with a t-shirt or some shorts on, and Johnny's in the second grade, Johnny can go to school and tell the teacher, I'm not Johnny, I'm Jessica. The teacher is going to call Johnny Jessica, instruct the other students to call Johnny Jessica, and is also going to allow Johnny to go into the gender closet and pick out a dress so he can be Jessica for the day while he's at school. Parents, you at work, you don't know what's going on. Huh? They, by law, they don't even have to tell you. You know why they don't have to tell us? Because they said that they are protecting our children. because so many transgender children are being harmed or mistreated. We don't have to tell the parents. If my 7 or 8-year-old son believes that he is a woman and I'm not aware of this, you should most certainly let the parents know. See, a lot of y'all teachers, right, that are allowing this to happen in your classrooms, I hate to say it, but you're going to come across the right parent. You're going to come across the right daddy that sent John to school and happened to pop up at the school, and now all of a sudden John is Jessica, and you got his daughter sitting in there in that classroom with a dress on. See, that's when y'all gonna start seeing school shootings in the hood. It ain't gonna be them crazy ass goddamn white boys no more. Y'all keep playing with these folk about their children. Y'all keep playing with these folks about their children, and y'all gonna see this happening more often. And it's not gonna be that somebody going to the school to shoot the children. They're gonna come after the teachers, because there is no way you feel like you got more rights than me. They're paying you to teach, but that's all you do. You don't provide care for that child. No, the teachers have to be blamed for it. You don't provide the care for that child. It is not your responsibility to dress anyone's child. Children go to school already dressed. I ain't never seen a child my whole years of life have to come to school and get dressed. It is not your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to dress that child. It is not your responsibility to protect that child from his parents unless there is actually some harm or child abuse being presented. Me not allowing my son to wear a dress is not abuse. I might not let him wear his favorite Spider-Man shirt. That's not abuse. Protect the children. You have no right to be teaching someone's child about sexual preferences. It is not your job. It's just not your job. It's not your job. And anybody that is a kid or has been a kid, nobody had to teach me, about sex or what sex to like or what sex to prefer. When it's time, we figure it out on our own. Y'all got these little boys running around here talking about they gay, and they ain't even felt and can't even, let me tell you something. Half of these children cry when they get a thermometer stuck in their ass. How the fuck you gay? Hey, you ain't even did it yet. You don't even know. If you 7, 8, 9 years old, how do you know? You sitting up here just going along with some shit that you think cool. Then by the time you get ready to do it, you realize you don't even fucking like it. Can we tell the truth? Because I am a female. I've had 5 children. And I've had my share of sex. And I do remember one time, it slipped. Because, it might could slip. And I got poked, right? I didn't like it. I cried for like 2-3 days. Like, it felt like I had a whole headache back there. Like, it ain't for me. And I'm a female. And it's not for me. It's not for everybody. You're not going to convince me that all these little boys run around here gay and like to be poked in their booty. Because last time I checked, they ain't even supposed to be having nothing touching their booty. Seeing TikTok trends. 9-year-old boys, 10-year-old boys dressed up like prostitutes in gay shows, in drag shows, talking about they gay. How you know? What if he just feminine? What if he don't want his booty hole touched? How you know? Huh? Got these little girls running around here talking about they gay, and you ain't never even tasted no cat. Have you even smelled it? How you know you like it? Huh? Has yours even started to bleed? How you know you like to eat blood? How you know you like to eat something that drip? How you know you like to eat something that's... How you know? Y'all listen. I'm out. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My boy Kwame, I'm getting ready to hit you up, buddy, because I need to send you the address We need to go over there and look at Auntie Angie's house. We got to get ready to do something. Blueprint, thank you for sending me the beans. Everybody who support, I love y'all. We got to do something to protect our children. We got to do something to protect our babies, and we got to do something to protect our women. I'm sorry if this live was graphic, y'all, but what they're doing is graphic. What they doing is graphic. Let's be honest. How you gay? 7-year-old little boy, somebody gay. How you gay? How you know? You don't know what you like, baby. You don't. You think you gay. You think you gay. Because I know some boys that thought they was gay. And then it came down to really being gay for real, and they wasn't with it. Can't take it. Can't handle it. It's not for everybody. Leave our children alone. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. See y'all in a minute. And they hate it. And they hated this morning. Wouldn't let me drop the link. Wouldn't let me bring y'all up. Didn't want us to have the conversation. They hated. Much love to everybody in the chat, YouTube. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Bigo, check this out. Now they're talking about it won't let me end the broadcast. Now it's talking about it won't let me end the broadcast. Now I'm trying to end the broadcast. It won't even let me end the broadcast, y'all. It's talking about an error occurred. Let me see something else. Let me try something else.